never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me. Yeah, wait, I think I'll last a
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Happy Thursday to everybody out there. We can now see the weekend coming just in front of us. It'll be here before you know it. And today I'm going to be talking about where I will be this weekend in the wrestling world. But first, I've got to make a couple of other comments that are not about wrestling, and then we'll talk some wrestling. First, in case you have not heard yet, this past Sunday in the season finale in the NASCAR Cup Series season, Joey Logano won his fourth race of the season, and since he won the race, he wins his second NASCAR Cup Series championship. He's 32 years old and now has 2 championships. So if he keeps going down the path he's going now, he's going to end up winning 4 or 5 championships before it's all said and done. Everybody knows I'm a Kyle Busch fan, but if I had a second driver, it'd probably be Joey Logano. So I have no problem with him winning the championship. If Kyle Busch can't win it, I'm okay with Logano winning it. But of course, anybody besides Chase Elliott, and I'm happy. And Chase Elliott was the worst finisher of the Final Four playoff contenders on Sunday. He had a terrible day, but I would have enjoyed seeing Christopher Bell or Ross Chastain winning it, coming out of nowhere, but I'm okay with Logano winning it. And of course, Sunday was the final race for Kyle Busch for Joe Gibbs Motorsports as he jumps over to Richard Childress Racing next year. And Ty Gibbs, who is the grandson of Joe Gibbs, won the Xfinity Series championship on Saturday, and then Saturday night into Sunday morning, his father, Coy Gibbs, passed away at the age of 49, so he just barely got to see his son win an Xfinity Series championship before his life ended. I have not heard yet exactly what the cause was, but he was 49 years old. And of course, Ty is jumping into the 18 car in the Cup Series next year. He's not ready, but even if he was ready, we wouldn't know it because Ty Gibbs, I believe, goes around the racetrack trying to figure out how many guys he can wreck on a weekly basis. He's going to end up getting seriously hurt next year by somebody either inside the race car or outside the race car because he wants to wreck people more than he wants to actually race. So congratulations to Joey Logano for winning his second NASCAR Cup Series championship. And then I want to make a quick comment about Tennessee. I'm not going to talk too much about college football. We'll do that tomorrow when we preview some of the games coming up this Saturday in the world of college football. But I know that I had the top 5 exactly right when the playoff poll came out Tuesday night, as far as it was Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU, and Tennessee. Tennessee is the highest ranked one-loss team, and the committee done that trying to show Tennessee, hey, unless you just lose one of those last three games, which you have no business losing, you're going to get into the playoffs because Ohio State and Michigan play. One of them has to lose. So Tennessee will pass the loser of that game. But me personally, I wouldn't put Tennessee in the playoffs, even if they are one of the best four teams in America. And this always goes back to the discussion everybody has over who do you put in the playoffs? Is it the best four or is it the most deserving four? Tennessee might be one of the best four teams in America, but I wouldn't put them in just because not only are they not going to win their conference, they're not even going to play for their conference championship. So you sit at home on the first Saturday in December while the other teams have to play a conference championship and you don't play. They play one more game where they've got one more chance to lose, one more chance to have one of their main players get hurt while you sit at home, and then you get rewarded by going to the playoffs. So I don't think they should make it. This was the same way, I believe it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken, when Auburn ended the season by beating Georgia, and then they beat Alabama, so it looked like they were going to the playoffs. But then they had to play Georgia again for the conference championship and got beat and got left out. So instead of getting rewarded for beating Georgia and Bama to end the season, they got penalized for losing to Georgia in the conference championship game. But at least they made it. But we're talking about putting Tennessee in there when they're not even going to play for their conference championship. So I guess it goes back to, what do you believe should be the final four teams? Is it the best four or is it the most deserving four? Because not a doubt in my mind, if Tennessee wins their last three games, which I don't know why they wouldn't. They play three middle school teams, so I don't see any chance of them losing. Who do you put in? Do you put in a one-loss Tennessee team, or would you put in the loser of the Ohio State-Michigan game? Because to me, if Ohio State and Michigan play, since they're both in the top five, if one team wins and the final score is 34-31, I don't see no reason why you should drop 3-4 spots. You played another top five team and you barely lost. Now, if they play and one team wins by 3 touchdowns, well, then obviously the loser should fall 3 or 4 spots. But if you play another top five team and you lose by a field goal, then to me, you shouldn't get penalized too much for that. When 2 top five teams play, somebody has to lose. But if it's a competitive game, the loser shouldn't get penalized and drop 4 or 5 spots. That's just my opinion. But on to this weekend. Saturday night, I will be at 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock for some SWA wrestling. Come see all the fallout from Fightmare 17 we had last month. In case you are not aware yet, the American Dolls are no more. At Fightmare, Grace Todd turned on Stacy Green, so we'll see what those two ladies have up their sleeves coming up Saturday night. Grace joined up with Bad Jack and Hot Stuff, so now Stacy is alone with her husband, Scott Green. Also, you can see the new 24/7 champion, Yukon Adams. And of course, the premier champion, Curtis Coleman, will be there. Come see our brand new blood champion, Cade Powers. He won the championship last month at Fightmare in a casket match with Logan Bloom. Bad Squad will be in the house. And as I said, Hot Stuff will be there. Bad Jack will be there. Ryan Staples will be in the house. So come on out for a great night of SWA wrestling Saturday night. 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock. And tickets are only $5. And you can buy them at the door. But it is first come, first serve. There's not a bad seat in the house, but I know a lot of people like being as close to the front as you can get. And front row is already sold out. and second row is already sold out. So if you want the best of what's left available, get there, I would say, between 5:30 and 5:35 Saturday afternoon to be first in line at the door to buy your tickets for SWA. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock. And the address is 244 Livestock Road, East Denali, Georgia. And then coming up on Sunday afternoon, I will be at 6687 Highway 72, West Colbert, Georgia, for some UWF wrestling action. Doors open at 4 o'clock. Bell time will be 4:30, and tickets will be $10. You can also buy those tickets at the door coming up Sunday afternoon. Come see all the fallout from UWF Revenge, which was held 2 weeks ago on Halloween weekend. Already signed for Sunday, we have Hunter James going one-on-one with Jaden Vane for the UWF Heritage Championship. Nick Halen goes one-on-one with Austin Thorne. Curtis Coleman goes one-on-one with Crystal Rose. And then we have Eli Smiles versus Caleb Crocker. Also, the Grapplers will be in the house. Justin Sane will be in the house. Jacob Ashworth will be in the house. DC Washington will be in the house. All that and more is coming up Sunday afternoon at UWF 6687 Highway 72, West Colbert, Georgia. Doors open at 4 o'clock and bell time will be 4:30. So you have 2 chances to see me as a referee this weekend. Saturday night, 244 Livestock Road, East Denali, Georgia for SWA. Sunday afternoon, 6687 Highway 72, West Colbert, Georgia for UWF. $5 Saturday night, $10 Sunday afternoon. So great prices for both shows. You can't do a whole lot with your family for $10, but you can go to a wrestling show for $10. So you can't beat that. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. If a child refuses to take a nap, are they guilty of resisting arrest? And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.